Hey, what's going on YouTube and all the NHL fans across the world? This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my picks for the NHL Playoff 2014 format. First off, I hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone is safe and healthy from this terrible time we're in right now all over the world with the coronavirus hitting everybody, affecting the sports community, affecting the music community, affecting everything around the world, I should say. Even the movie community too, but everything else. But everything had to be in shutdown and everything else like that. I hope everyone's safe and healthy. I know we lost a lot of people into this coronavirus thing and everything else with this pandemic going on. And I hope everyone's okay. So I want to send my condolences to everyone who was affected to that and people who lost their lives from this terrible disease. And I hope sooner than later there's a cure going to happen. Let's hope so. So, hey. But hey, NHL's back. We'll see how it goes. So, anyways, so what they're doing now, Gary Bettman announced a 24-team format, I believe in June. So we're going to do something like that, like a 24-team playoff and things like that, and determine who the Stanley Cup champions are. So, anyways, we got the round robin going to be going underway soon. Like this coming Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. So I'm going to give you my Red Robin predictions. That's for the top 4 teams are going to be facing off each other for a few games. Determine who's number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Same thing with the Western Conference. So this might be, I'm going to say this is going to affect my Bruins really well because they were the number 1 team in the NHL and they won the President's Trophy. Now that they have to fight for the number 1 team. Number 1 seed. That isn't right. So for me. Then, of course, I would say the same for the defending champion St. Louis Blues as well. They were the number 1 team in the West, and all of a sudden now they have to fight for the number 1 seed for that too. So it's kind of like effect on both teams as well. So it's kind of like, all you got to do is just fight for it and just prove who's better. So, hey, what can you say? But anyways, let's continue. I'm going to kick things off from the round robin and the playoff format from the Western Division. So we're going to be starting off for the Western Division, who's going to be number 1. And of course, like I said, the defending Stanley Cup champions, who are going to be kicking things off, I believe it's Saturday, I think. So anyways, the St. Louis Blues, I think they're going to lead up to number 1. They're going to fight for getting a back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. Or maybe a back-to-back Stanley Cup championship, if we haven't seen that since Pittsburgh like a few years ago. So they might be pulling off something out of the shell like that. So I like to see St. Louis in there. And surprisingly, number 2, the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado, I think they're going to land the number 2 spot in this round robin. I think that Colorado's been really effective on and off the ice. They know how to close things out, how to close the deal. And they know they haven't had a great goaltending since Patrick Roy. It's good for them. So let's go things out there. And number 3, the Vegas Golden Knights. Yep, Vegas is in their 3rd year. Never missed the playoffs. So I think Vegas, they have a big shot at going back. It's going to be a tough one, but I think they're going to pull things out. So I think Vegas is going to pull off the number 3 spot and the 4 spot, who hosted the NHL Winter Classic, was the Dallas Stars. I think they're going to land in the number 4 slot in the round robin, and they're going to seal things off in the qualifying round in there. Anyways, that's my top 4 from the round robin. Let's give you the qualifying rounds, the best of 5 in this one. In Edmonton, and the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks is coming back out from the playoffs. Number 5 Edmonton will be facing number 12 Chicago. Chicago they could have just missed the playoffs for a 2nd year in a row with all the injury problems they've had in the last couple of years. Jonathan Tate's been hurt, everything else, and all that, those guys getting hurt like that. But Edmonton getting back on their feet, going to the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row, and now they're going the best of 5 against the Edmonton against the Chicago Blackhawks, who've been the team of the 2010s. But of course, someone is going to be the winner. The winner will face the Dallas Stars in this one. So how do I like this one to go? Oh, this could be a tough one to say because Edmonton's a younger team. The Blackhawks are the veteran team, and now they're slowly declining. I think this is going to be the last deal for the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're going to have a rebuild for a while. So I think I like Edmonton in this one. I think Edmonton Oilers are going to take this one, and I think this is going to be a a 4-game series on that one. Now they'll take it out in 4 games. So I like Edmonton in 4. All right, and the Nashville Predators and the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes, man, they're on a younger team as well. They went through a lot when they were filing bankruptcy, and all of a sudden they had a big surprise run, and then all of a sudden now they're back in rhythm. Now they got a new owner, new ownership, and everything's new for the Arizona Coyotes. Like they have some new talent on the side of the ice, which is really good. They're a younger team. I think they're gonna get better as the 2020s come along. So I think that's how they're going to roll out with that. But they're still a young team. I still think I got a young shot at this. They have much young talent on both sides of the ice. I think they're going to be a future team coming up in Arizona. And I think they're going to bring some momentum back in Arizona for the NHL. But, nevertheless, the Nashville Predators, who did particularly well now that PK Subban, who they traded to go to New Jersey, they thought they were going to have another setback year, but they didn't do that. But they ended up still making the playoffs. So the kudos for Edmonton for that. So this is really good for them. So Nashville, sorry. But anyways, this is going to be a tough one. I think this is going to be. I'm going to say Nashville is going to win this game, win this series. Arizona's still a young, talented team. I think they're going to momentum themselves, but I think they still need a little more work on. Maybe the younger they are, they're going to go better. So I think I like Nashville in there. They've been in the playoffs in this situation before. We went to the Stanley Cup 3 years ago, and they lost to Pittsburgh. And all of a sudden, they're still in the playoff format now because of the PK Subban loss. Which thought it was going to affect them, but they didn't. But Nashville, nevertheless, I still think they're still younger. They still have a little more gas in the tank for Nashville. So I like Nashville in 4 games as well. So I was thinking which one I wrote, but I was thinking the wrong one. But anyways, Nashville in 4 games. The winner, we're going to face Vegas, and now we're going to face Vegas in that one. So anyways, for Vancouver and Minnesota, number 7 versus number 10 Minnesota. Number 7 Vancouver and number 10 Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, they're finally getting in the playoff format. You know, they're still young enough, but they still need to work on the failed rebuild mode that they were supposed to do. That didn't work out for them, but they're starting to get back on the rise. But, of course, Vancouver, who didn't have much success since the Deans retired, you know, and Roberto Luongo was gone and went to Florida and all that, you know. Now they decided to rebuild and have a younger team, which they're going to get up there in format. But anyways, I think in this case scenario, there's going to be one similar upset in this one. I don't think it's this game. But I'll tell you this series. But I like Vancouver going into this one. And the winner will face the Colorado in this one. I thought it was going to be Dallas, but I was wrong. But anyways, it's going to be Colorado and face in this one. So I like Vancouver going to be taking on the Colorado Avalanche in this game. And I think Vancouver, it's going to be a tough one. I think that's going to be a 5-game series in that one. So I like Vancouver in 5 and that one. So anyways, number 8 versus number 9. The number 8 Calgary Flames versus the number 9 Winnipeg Jets. Well, the Winnipeg Jets were fighting for the playoff spot. And Calgary was trying to fight to stay in the playoff format until all this pandemic happened. So anyways, I think going into this one, I think it's going to be another 5-game series in this one. The winner is going to face the St. Louis Blues on this one. I believe so, but we'll see how this one turns out. Whoever's the number 1 seed and number 4 seed. This is going to be a crazy one, but we'll see how this one goes out. But I like, in this one, that's going to be a 5-game series. I like the Winnipeg Jets in this one. They're a younger team. They're finally getting the playoff chance that they've been looking for. This is a great opportunity for the Winnipeg Jets. I like an upset in this one. I like the Winnipeg Jets in this game in 5-game series. And hate to say it, but, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, Calgary's going through a lot of momentum right now and things like that. So we'll see how that one turns out. But nevertheless, the Winnipeg Jets, I think they're going to pull off an upset in the West. I got one upset in each side, so I'll let you know in a bit. But anyways, the Winnipeg Jets, they're going to be going on to face the St. Louis Blues, and they're going to be your determinant on that one. So here you go. I got the Winnipeg Jets winning in 5 games in that series against the Calgary Flames. They're going to be facing the St. Louis Blues, I think. And of course, I like the Vancouver Canucks over the Minnesota Wild in 5 games as well. This could be a tough one as well. And they're going to be facing the Colorado Avalanche, which I think they may do that. In Nashville and Arizona, I like Nashville to go up and win this one. And they're going to go face the Vegas Golden Knights. And of course, in the Edmonton Oilers, I like them as well. They're beating the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're going to be facing the Dallas Stars. That's how I go with the qualifying round, and the round robin's going to go for the Western Conference. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Okay, for the round robin for the Eastern Conference. Number 1, I like my Boston Bruins to stay on format. They have a lot to prove. They got to say, hey, look, we're the President's Trophy for a reason. We shouldn't be fighting for the playoff spot for number 1. We're going to do that. We're going to show everyone in the NHL why we're number 1. And they're going to do that here. With David Pastrnak on the ice, Torrey Krug, which could be in his last year. Brad Marchand, which I got the jersey on right here in the back, which I got for my birthday recently. But anyways, what can you say? I like the Bruins being number 1. They're going to show the NHL why they won the President's Trophy. And that's why they're going to be landing at number 1 on that one. Number 2 is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay had some injury pros, but hey, Steven Stamkos, he's back in format. What can you say on that one? But they're still going to hang a little touch in there for Tampa. There's going to be a close one, but I think Boston's going to be slipping on to number 1. I think Tampa is going to be standing there at number 2 on that one. So I like that one. All right, number 3, I got the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. Philadelphia's been a surprise team for the Eastern, so I like that one over there. But hey, what can you say on that one? I think they're going to be back in the playoffs in the next 2020, so we'll see how that one turns out. But anyways, that's the way it's going to go. I like the Philadelphia at number 3. And number 4, I like the Washington Capitals, who were the Stanley Cup champions. I believe it was 2019 or something like that when they beat the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm sorry. It was on 2018. I apologize. But anyways, it was the first year when Vegas got in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they won the Stanley Cup for the first time in franchise history. So, of course, Alex Ovechkin still wants another championship in there. So, we'll see how that one turns out. But anyways, I like the Washington Capitals going at number 4 on this. All right, to go to the playoff format, the qualifying round. The number 8 Toronto Maple Leafs versus the number 9 Columbus Blue Jackets. Hey, what can you say on this one? This is going to be a tough one in this one. But it's in Toronto's field. They're going to be doing that. They're going to be playing on that in Toronto over there. Which in the West is going to be Edmonton. So it's going to be an interesting format on that one. But how this is going to turn out for the Eastern Conference. Number 8 Toronto versus number 9 Columbus Blue Jackets. The winner is going to be facing the Boston Bruins. What could be great for the Toronto Maple Leafs to go to play the Bruins in Toronto where they are. But you never know what could happen. But I'm going to say this. I like Toronto in 5. I think Columbus can maybe put up a fight with Toronto. Toronto has a reason for choking, but I don't think in this case scenario. But we'll see this one. I think they're going to be facing my Boston Bruins, which I hope they don't, but we'll see how that one goes out. But I like Toronto in 5. And, of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins, who was a dominant team like the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2010s. They won 3 Stanley Cups in there recently. I think they won it in, 4, I don't know. I lost count after they beat Nashville. So, they won 3. They have a dynasty going there with Sidney Crosby coming back from injury and things like that. So, anyways, I think this is good. And they're facing the Montreal Canadiens, who just barely squeaked in there. They were having an up and down year until the pandemic happened. All of a sudden, they get a chance to fight for the Stanley Cup. But Pittsburgh, they still got Sidney Crosby. I got to put my hands on Sidney Crosby on this one. I like the Pittsburgh Penguins in a sweep in the 5-game series in 3. So I like Pittsburgh going into this one in 3. And they'll be facing the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. So in that case scenario, if they go, that's to be the case. In the New York Islanders and the Florida Panthers. The New York Islanders were in a good situation. They have a younger format going in there. The Islanders have been one of the teams that are going to be going in the top format and things like that. And anyway, they're a young team. They're trying to boost their try to get up there in the top 4 in their division. At least going the number 1 in the division. They've been trying to do that for the last recent years. But I think they have a chance to go to the playoffs, and they did. Look at that. And the Florida Panthers, they were just looking to fight for the get in the playoffs of getting a few seats here and there. But they can get the 2014 format. There they are right here. Well, that's it. But I like an upset in this one. I think I like this one. I like an upset. There's a reason for that. There's a huge reason for that. Well, sorry. That was my cat running around. So don't worry about that. But anyways, Joel Quenneville, he's in the head coach of the Florida Panthers, former Blackhawks head coach. They were fighting to get in there. That's why I think they're going to pull something down. He knows how to win in the playoffs. And I smell an upset in this one. I like the Florida Panthers in this one. I like the Florida Panthers in 5. I think they're going to give an Islanders a hard time. And Joel Quenneville, there's a reason for that. There's a huge reason for that. So that's why. But anyways, I like the Florida Panthers winning in this one in 5, and they'll be facing the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the Pittsburgh and Montreal, they're going to be facing the Washington Capitals. That's my own fault on that one. I just screwed it up on that. I wrote it on this thing, so I read it wrong. So anyways, Pittsburgh and Montreal, I think Pittsburgh's going to be facing Washington. And, of course, I like the Florida Panthers beating the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. So, hey, that's the way it should go on that one. All right. Number 6 Carolina Hurricanes versus the number 11 New York Rangers. This is another interesting one right here. Carolina has been on the roll on this one. They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, where they lost to my Boston Bruins. And now they haven't since the redemption in the playoffs, which I do think they haven't been in. Last year was the first time in 10 years they advanced to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, and they lost there again. But they're facing the New York Rangers, they're declining, I believe, and things like that, like an aging New York Rangers who are probably went back in the situation, but we'll see how this one turns out. But the winner of this game will face the Tampa Bay Lightning in this round. So, anyways, I think the way this is going to go, I like the young Carolina Hurricanes winning in this one. I think they're going to be going out, and I think New York's going to go. The Rangers are going to go to rebuild mode, and I think that's what they're going to lead into the 2020s. And of course, I like that the Carolina Hurricanes in 4 games in this one. So, like I said, the number 8 the Toronto Blue Jays versus the number 9 Columbus Blue Jackets. They're going to be facing off. And Toronto's going to win in 5, and they're going to be facing my Boston Bruins. And of course, the number 3 Pittsburgh and number 5 Pittsburgh Penguins versus the number 12 Montreal Canadiens. Pittsburgh in 3, and they're going to be facing the Washington Capitals. And of course, the Florida Panthers upsetting the New York Islanders, and they're going to be facing the Philadelphia Flyers in the next round. And of course, the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers. I like the Carolina Hurricanes beating the New York Rangers and facing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round. Here you go. That's my NHL 2014 playoff predictions. Hope you enjoyed it. And one thing. Hope you all stay safe and healthy. I hope you do. And of course, for all you people out there, please wear a face cloth like this or a mask. It will help save lives. It really should. Because my mother had the COVID-19. She fought it and she beat it. I'm happy for that. So I hope she sees me graduate. So that's what I hope I like to see. I know some younger kids, they have lost their parents to sickness and things like that to graduate. I hope this happens. So please America, please everyone across the world. Excuse me here. Please wear a face mask. It will help save lives. Please wear a face covering. It will help save lives. It can help stop the spread of the coronavirus. We need to beat this thing together. And we need to want our sports community back, too, for this. So, please, America, please, everyone across the world, wear a face covering. Wear a face covering to help save lives. All right, folks, this is Andrew Warren signing off saying peace.